Hello everyone and welcome back. So today I'm doing a quick video. It's a beautiful day out. Super sunny. I love it. It's getting close to the 100-degree mark out here. So that means business is about to get really busy. So I had a subscriber ask me a really good question. And the subscriber is Adam Spears. His question was, on a callback, what do you say when the customer asks what was wrong? Right? So he asked this question because I had a video of a train air handler that the installers did not wire nut one wire correctly, and so the system was not working right. So that's kind of how he got, or why he asked that question. And he broke it up in a couple sub questions or parts. In the first part, as I got my notes here, is what when your company when it's your company's fault. So when you we all have callbacks, right? Everyone is going to have a callback, some more than others. I totally understand that. I've worked at different companies. Some were not super professional, and therefore they had more callbacks. If you work in a company like that, I first of all recommend that you either sit down with the people that are installing or sit down with the owner and tell them, like, hey, we have a ton of callbacks and we should address this. And if they don't, at least in the part of the world that I live in, which is the United States, no one is forcing you to continue to work for somebody or for a company that is hacky. Okay, nobody's forcing you. So this is an option that you can just say, okay, do I really want to work for somebody or a company that just is hacky? Okay, moving on. Continuing with the question, because my point is that I work for a company that does not have very many callbacks ever. The installers, and I do help them install. I've been an installer. I think a lot of guys start as installers. So it's understandable. It's a really tough job. It's tougher physically than being a diagnostic technician or a service technician. So you got to understand them a little bit. Where I'm going with that is that this company, we train consistently on the off season. We get up to par with the latest technology. We don't get into projects that we don't know very much on. When we take on projects, it's because we're very confident that we can do them. So back to the question. Sorry, I'm kind of going off topic here. But if it's your company, so say here, I get a call back. The first thing I do is just be honest right there. Have honest. No one is perfect. Okay, no one is perfect. So I had a callback from it was not related to installation error. It was actually a 2-week-old compressor, and I'm using that because the most recent callback that I have, it was a 2-week-old compressor on a brand new air conditioner. So I get there, it's the house is pretty warm. The customer comes out. I greet the customer saying, hello, my name's Jay. And they said, oh, thank you for coming out fairly quickly. I said, yeah, absolutely. And they said, yeah, it's a brand new AC. And I'm like, okay, well, hopefully it's just something simple, but either way, I'm here to help. So the first thing you want to do is, or one thing that's very important to me, is how you say things and how confident you are in saying things, right? So When you tell the customer and you show up and say, after you greet yourself, and it's, so what do you think it is? It's brand new, right? They're going to hit you with something like that. You're going to tell them, like, you know what? I don't know yet. I have no idea. Because that's honesty. You don't, right? The worst thing you want to do, and I have seen technicians do this because tons of technicians call me with the same question. And they make this mistake. They start throwing diagnostics without even doing any type of work yet. So they show up and the customer comes out and then they start throwing random stuff out there. Oh, it's probably just a capacitor, or it's probably just a bad wire, or blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, dude, chill for a second. And just tell them the honest answer that you have, which is, ma'am or sir, I don't know. Okay? Or Mr. or Mrs. or, if you call them by their first name, John or Mary, I don't know yet. That's the truth. Let me go take a look. But whatever it is, we're going to take care of it. That's what you want to say. Very important. That, whatever it is, you're going to take care of it, because that's the truth. That's the honesty. Saying that will give them peace of mind, in my opinion, knowing that whatever it is, whether big or small, you're going to take care of it. Okay, after you go and find the error, I found that it was a bad compressor. I came back and I said, dang it, in my head I was like, dang it, man, this is embarrassing, this is pathetic. So I went and I told the homeowner. I said, well, look, Mrs. So and so, unfortunately, we do not manufacture the air conditioners, we only install them. So your air conditioner has a bad compressor straight out of the factory, and it's extremely rare, which it is. It is extremely rare. I've seen bad compressors, maybe two or three times in a period of almost 10 years. So it is rare. So that goes back to the honesty. I told them, you know what? I've seen maybe 3 in 10 years. So this is rare. But don't you worry. I gave her the option. If it's too hot, I can go and grab a portable air conditioner, put it in your bedroom or in your office or whatever, and it's going to do a great job of cooling you till I go get the compressor and come back, which is going to be the next day. And she was like, oh wow, really, that's bad. I'm like, yeah, it is bad, but again, it's rare. But don't you worry, we're going to go and change it out. And that was it. She was like, okay, well, it's thank you very much for coming out. She didn't get crazy. I mean, I've maybe one customer in 1 or 2 years, or sorry, 1 or 2 customers in 10 years have just gone berserk over something like that, So it's really rare, People are not really ready to just, get crazy on you. So don't worry about that. And if they do, just tell them that, even if it was your fault, install related, you can tell them this line right here. I'm very sorry, that our installers made this. It was an honest mistake, but no one is perfect. But don't you worry, I'm going to fix it right now. Sorry for the inconvenience. And that's it. Because that's honesty. Okay? All right, this video is getting super long. So if another company, you go to a callback, the other company isn't answering, whatever, right? You don't need to bash anyone, okay? You do not, so no need to bash anyone. This last week, I went to a customer's home where they didn't want to, or they couldn't get a hold of the person that installed an outdoor fan motor, okay? They called us. I came out. They said that, hey, the AC, we hear something continuously runs. And I said, okay, well, let me check it out. So I get up there, turn it on, and turn it off. And the outdoor fan motor, it just keeps running. Keeps running and running and running. So I take a look at the wiring. The wiring was hooked up pretty much straight to the power of the disconnect. So that outdoor fan motor, which is running day and night, okay, it was not hooked up the way we wanted to, so that it turns on with the compressor simultaneously. So that's what happened. Did I tell, did I come down and bash at people and I said, hey, you know what, those guys are, this and this, and those guys are that and that, and you know no, absolutely not. I told them, hey, so somebody installed this fan motor, and they just didn't install it right. Okay, so they must not have known how to wire it up correctly. I don't know, but they wired it up straight to the power of the disconnect. So it's running 24 hours a day. And they said, oh my gosh, people recommended me that company. There was people left and right swearing that those people were good people. And I told them, I said, well, you know what? They could be good people. They could totally be good people. But, that just doesn't change the fact that they just didn't know what to do in this scenario. Or they just didn't know how to install a fan motor. Doesn't mean they're bad folks. So maybe whoever recommended them to you, is right. They're good people. They just didn't know how to install a fan motor. They just don't know any better. And then when I told them that, the customer was kind of like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I said, yeah, they could be decent people, but they're just not the greatest repairmen. So that was it. Okay, I don't think you should ever be bashing anyone, because trust me, they're not going to call that customer or that company back, right? They're just not going to call them back and tell them, like, yeah, I want to be your customer again. They're just not going to do that. So why go and start bashing them? Just tell them, it's just very poor character. It just shows low self-esteem, poor character, that you have to bash somebody else to feel good. Okay, I don't recommend that you do that. Trust me, that customer is going to be yours probably for life. So there's no need, as long as obviously you keep doing the right thing, but they're probably going to be your customers for life. So there's no need to bash anyone. And I'm a firm believer in what goes around comes around. So keep that in mind. Well, anyways, this is a super long video, probably my longest I've ever made. But I hope that helps. Hope that helps you, Adam, and any other tech, because this is actually a question that I do get quite a bit. Okay, hopefully it helps other technicians be a little bit more confident when these things happen to them. Well, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.